Greetings, namaste. Thank you for joining me today for this practice. The plan is that it's going to be a mostly floor-based practice, I think. I might pop a few standing poses in, let's just say. But I've been having a little bit of lower back discomfort and sciatica over the last month, so this practice that we're doing today will be targeting those areas of the lower back and hips, and even down the backs of the legs, hamstrings, so mostly those areas. Just keep in mind that if you do have lower back discomfort at the moment, particularly if it's more something that's new, like more of a acute type pain, just be mindful of any forward folds. So forward folds, for many of us, when we've got lower back things going on, are not helpful. So please just, even if you need to skip the forward folds, just be mindful of how you're feeling in your lower back. So please just find something that you can sit up on to elevate your hips so they're higher than your knees. I've got a yoga mat bolster and a few yoga blocks. So if you've got some yoga blocks, please grab those, otherwise they're not totally necessary. Then please just find a seat, cross-legged or kneeling, or you could even have the legs out in front if you need to. Then once you're seated, let's begin to lift the chest a little so you notice that the spine begins to lengthen, crown of the head to the sky. And now just bring the chin ever so slightly towards the throat so you can feel the back of the neck lengthening. And for today, as it's more of a grounding practice, just have the palms down on the legs for grounding. And just bring your awareness to the sitting bones, the tailbone, and begin to lengthen up through the spine from there. You might like to softly shut down the eyes. And even with the eyes closed, welcome in a gentle gaze. Lips are together, breathing through the nose. Awareness to your breath. Allow the shoulders to drop. Over the next few moments, begin to lengthen and deepen your next breath in, so you notice the side ribs expand. Once you reach the top, just let the breath fall away. And then you start again. A slow, full breath in. You reach the top of the inhale and breathe out for the same length of time. And carry on, begin to set your own rhythm. Breathing in through the nose, you reach the top of the inhale. You let the breath fall away and begin to draw the lower belly in and slightly upward. Then you relax the belly, full breath in, side ribs expand, reach the top. The breath falls away, drawing the lower belly in and slightly upwards. We'll carry on for a few more rounds. Over these next few rounds, the breath slows down that little bit more. Spine lengthening, inhale. Grounding, exhale. And staying focused on the breath. And sense that on every breath out, you're drawing away from the busy mind and into your body. The breath in is gently energizing, and the breath out, you're anchoring in. It's 2 more rounds. When you've completed that second round, you've anchored into your practice. And after that second round, the breath becomes effortless, spontaneous, your natural rhythm. And taking the hands to meet in front of the heart, you can still have the eyes closed if you like. Prayer position, Anjali Mudra. And take this moment to set an intention for your practice or for the rest of your day or evening. And now you can softly blink open the eyes, reach the hands up above the head. Separate the hands, bring them down towards the ground. And we're just going to have the fingertips down on the ground for a few moments. You might like to shut down the eyes again. Now blinking open the eyes. We can move the prop away from underneath and take the right shin in front. So this may feel like your comfortable cross-legged position or your awkward position. So just don't care too much about that for now. What we do want to make sure of is that the spine is lengthening again. Top of the head to the ceiling. And we'll take the hands in front of the heart. Link the fingers. Press the hands away. Then lift the hands up above the head, draw the shoulders, shoulder blades down the back, and release the hands, and we'll bring them back down to the ground and back in front of the heart. Linking the fingers, pressing the hands away. Inhale the hands up and exhale them down. Hands come back in front of the heart, linking the fingers. Press the hands away. Inhale the hands up. And exhale the hands down. Now it's bringing the hands in front of you. Take a breath in here. And on the breath out, just walk a little bit forward. Pause. Take another breath in. And on the breath out, either stay where you are or walk the hands away a little bit further, tucking the chin in towards the throat. And this is where you'll be very mindful of how the lower back's feeling. If you need to, come back to an upright position. Otherwise, just stay here for the next few breaths, drawing the lower belly in on every exhale. And walking the hands back towards you, head comes up last. We'll take the hands in front of the heart. Take a breath in, reach the arms up, palms touch. And on the exhale, take your right hand down towards the ground and come over to the right side. We'll just stay here for a few moments. Chest is spiraling up rather than collapsing down. You could even bend into the right elbow. Keep the left hip down towards the ground. And gaze in a direction that's comfortable for your neck, either downwards, outwards, or upwards. Now take a breath in to lift back up, palms touch, and on your exhale, come into a twist. So right hand behind, left hand to the right knee, and gazing over the right shoulder. Breathe with your belly, hip bones pointing forward, shoulders away from the ears. And look forward. Inhale, both arms up, palms touch. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. You can bring the hands down as you swap your cross. So now you've got the left shin in front, sitting bones down on the ground. Take your hands out in front. So remember, be mindful here with the lower back. We don't want the lower back to round. So breath in. Breath out as you draw the lower belly in and walk a little bit forward. Take another breath in. Breath out. Either stay where you are or you're walking further forward. Chin tucks in. Eyes might softly close. Breath slow and low in the belly. And drawing the lower belly in on every exhale. And begin to walk the hands back towards you. Head comes up last. Take the hands in front of the heart. Breath in, you can sweep the arms up. And on the exhale, left hand down. Keep the right hip pressing down towards the ground as you come over to the left. If you like, you can bend into the elbow, spiral the chest up, and gaze in a direction that's comfortable for your neck on this side. Breathing into the side of the body. And on an inhale, lifting back up, palms touch. Exhale into your twist. Left hand behind, right hand on the left leg. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Hip bones pointing forward. Breath slow and slow in the belly. And gazing forward. Inhale, the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands in front of the heart, link the fingers. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, hands come down. Let's find a tabletop position. Now from tabletop, bring your bottom towards the heels, arms extended out in front into child pose. Keep the arms engaged, fingertips pressing down. Now take a breath in to come up onto your hands and knees. And exhale as you come back into your child pose. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale to child pose. And one more the same, breath in. And your breath out. Take a breath in here, and on the exhale, walking your hands around to the right side. Left hand will stay where it is, and right hand, bringing that back towards the right foot. And directing the breath into the left side of the body. And take a breath in. And on the breath out, begin to walk around to the other side. Right hand becomes the anchor, left hand back by the left foot, chin tucks in. Breathing into the right side of the body. And take a breath in. And on the exhale, walk the hands back out in front, reach the arms out in front, forehead can come down towards the ground. Breath in to come to all fours, and exhale to arrive. Just walk the hands a little bit back towards the knees so your shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the knees. So we'll keep the left hand down at the moment, right hand down, and reach your right leg away. So you're on the toes behind you, pressing away with that foot. Now lifting the left hand off the ground, reaching out in front, and let's take the right toes off now, pressing away with the right foot. Take a breath in, and on the breath out, we curl in, knee to elbow. Then inhale, press away, reach away. Exhale, knee to elbow. And one more the same, breath in and breath out. Now inhale, reach away, press away, stay here, breathe. And we'll take the left hand down, right foot down. So you're on the toes behind you and stretching through that leg, so pressing the heel away. Breath in lifts the left arm out to the side, and exhale, scoop through. The left side of the face comes down to the ground. Pressing into your right hand, inhale, lifting back up, left arm out to the side, and exhale, the hand down. We'll step the right foot forward and coming into a low crescent lunge. So let's walk up onto the right leg and just make sure you're not sinking down too low here. So we're opening up into the front of the left hip. If you need help balancing, just come onto the toes behind you. Now either keep your hands where they are or reaching them up, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, hearts lifting, breaths flowing. And again, if you need help balancing here, look downwards. Otherwise, shift the gaze upwards. Take a breath in, and on the breath out, bring the hands down. Inhale here, and exhale, draw the hips back. Inhale, heart comes forward. Exhale, draw back. Inhale, bends the knee, heart comes forward. And exhale, draw back. So the right toes are pointing up towards the right knee. You'll either keep the hands here or walk them around towards the right side. So the right toes are still pointing up towards the right knee. And this is where the block might come in handy. Instead of the hands being down on the ground, they're up on the block. Now releasing, we frame the foot with the hands. Left hand stays on the ground, right hand to the lower back. Spiral the chest up towards the ceiling. Fingertips pointing down the back. Breaths in the belly, you might be looking upwards. And gaze down. Right hand comes down. Come onto the toes behind you and we find a plank pose. So stepping back to plank pose, right foot comes back. Strong plank. Heels pressing away. Tuck the lower belly in. Press into your fingertips. On your next exhale, come all the way down, forehead down. Take the hands by the outside of the chest, tuck the arms into the side of the body. Baby cobra, breath in, forehead off the mat. Breath out, lower back down. Inhale, lifting away. Exhale, back down. One more, breath in. Breath out. And please find child pose. Hands, knees, bottom to the heels. Breaths in the belly. Taking a moment to pause. Inhale up onto your hands and your knees for your tabletop. Check that the shoulders are over the wrists. We extend the left leg, toes down on the ground. Just stretching through the back of the left leg for now. Then as you take the toes off the mat and press away with that foot, right hand comes up. Take a breath in here. Breath out, curl in, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, curl in. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale as you reach away with the hand, pressing away with the foot. You take the hand down, the toes down. Next breath in, reach the right arm out to the side. Exhale, scoop through into this variation of thread the needle. So the leg behind you, the left leg in this case, the muscles are engaged. So a strong back leg. Then as you release, inhale, lifting back up. And exhale, the hand comes down. The back foot steps forward, preparing for your lunge. We'll take the hands to the leg just so you can be more mindful of lifting up. So you can check in here. Make sure the release into the front of the right hip is not too strong. And if you're feeling okay to lift the arms up, breath in, lifts the arms up. And as you exhale, shoulder blades run down the back. You might shift the gaze to be a little bit upward, the more uplifted feeling. And looking down, take the hands down, take a breath in. Breath out as you draw the hips back. Inhale as you bend the front knee, heart comes forward. Exhale, draw back. One more the same, breath in. And your breath out. Now we stay. Left toes pointing up to the left knee. Either stay here, folded over the leg, or take your hands or your block as you walk around towards the left. So keep these left toes pointing up towards the left knee. Releasing the outside of the left leg in this case. Now as you release, hands frame the foot again, you bend into the knee. Right hand down on the ground. Left hand to the lower back with the fingertips pointing downwards, spiral the chest up, perhaps looking up. Breaths in the belly, low and slow. Look down, left hand comes down. We'll meet in plank. Strong plank. Both legs are switched on. Muscle to the bone. Fingertips pressing down. Lower belly drawn in. On your next exhale, lower all the way down, forehead down. Bring the hands a little bit wider so they're on the floor, not the mat. Take a breath in to come into this variation of a cobra. On your breath out, left shoulder comes down as you look over the right. Then inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, right shoulder down, looking over the left. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, forehead down, bring the hands by the outside of the chest. Inhale for a cobra. And exhale into child pose. And taking a few moments here in your child pose, I'm just going to turn the aircon on. And whenever you come to child pose, just breathe with the belly, and we make the most of this opportunity just to take a pause. Now with your next breath in, come to all fours, and on the exhale, our first down dog. So you shift onto the toes, you lift the hips and begin to slowly pedal the feet. One heel up and down at a time, come right up onto the toes. Stretch with the toes. Mindful movement. Exploring how the back line of the body feels today. Bending into both knees. Walk your hands to your feet. Step the feet a bit wider, about mat width apart. Left hand on the ground, in the center, maybe on a block. Left knee stays bent. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, right hand to the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, right hand replaces left hand. And we swap sides. Left hand reaches up, right knee bends. Left hand comes down, replaces right hand. And exhale as you come into the twist. Inhale, right hand down, right knee bends. Exhale, left hand up, left leg straightens. Keep moving. The breath out is when you twist. Do one more to each side. When you're finished, both hands will be on the ground. You'll turn the toes out to the side. Knees are bent. Take your breath in and breath out as you bend and come into a squat. Inhale, lengthen, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend and squat. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, keep moving. Breath in as you straighten the legs. Exhale, draws the belly in as you come into the squat. Keep moving with your breath. And do one more, and we'll meet in Malasana, in the yoga squat, pressing the arms into the legs, legs into the arms, palms together. If you need something to sit on here, just take your block or your bolster. Now taking the hands down onto the ground, turn the toes forward, walk the hands forward, and come into a wide hand and wide feet down dog position. So feet are as wide as your mat, hands are as wide as your mat. Rolling the upper arms under, pressing into your fingertips like you're trying to stretch the mat away from the feet. Bringing the knees back down onto the mat, so they're now hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart. Take a breath in here, breath out for child pose. Inhale, tabletop, and exhale to down dog. Breath in lifts the right leg up into the air. On the exhale, step the right foot forward. Take a breath in, breath out, left hand down, right hand to the ceiling. So you're pressing away with the back leg, the back heel. Breathe with your belly. Look down, take the right hand down, step the back foot forward. Next breath in, chair pose, lowering the hips, reaching the arms out in front. You exhale when you arrive. Continue to breathe. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down, palms facing forward. Find your breath. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Take a breath in, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale down through the midline, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step the right foot back into the runner's lunge. Take your breath in. Breath out, right hand down, left hand up. Back leg is strong, muscles engaged. Breaths in the belly. Gaze down, take the top hand down, step the back foot forward. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale for chair pose, stay for the exhale. Continue to breathe. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, arms down, palms facing forward. And bringing the hands together in front of the heart. Breath in to rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plank. Strong plank. Breathe. Take your breath in. Exhale, lower down, could be body on the mat or chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. And exhale to child pose. Now on a breath in, come up onto your hands and knees, arrive with your exhale, cross the ankles behind so you can sit down on your bottom. So I wasn't intending on doing a standing sequence, but there we go, we just had one. So let's extend our right leg out to the side. I'm sitting this way on my mat, so it's more comfortable for my heel on the mat. You can take your cushion bolster or a block over to the right leg. So we're staying in these shapes for about a minute rather than a yin class where we'd stay for a few minutes. So the right elbow is either going to come to your prop or your right leg. You rest the right side of the head in your right hand, and the left hand is going to either stay on the left leg to help encourage the leg to stay down and the hips to be grounded on the earth. Or you might like to lift that left arm up and wrap it around the head. And breathe into the left side body here. A few more breaths. Now in a moment we're going to release. So the left hand comes down onto the ground if it was up over the head. And lifting up, right hand comes down, we begin to walk forward. Right toes pointing up towards the right knee. Either stay up on your hands or you might come down to your forearms. And as we release, we walk hands back onto the mat, sitting up tall. Inhale, both hands up, and on the exhale, right hand to your left knee, looking over the shoulder. Keep the right leg engaged. Breathe with your belly. And gaze forward. Take the hands behind you so the fingertips are pointing forward. We'll take the feet out in front about hip width apart. And ground into the hands and breathe in to lift the hips up into a reverse tabletop. And exhale down. Let's do this 2 more times. Breath in, lift the hips. Exhale down. And 1 more. Breath in. And breath out. So now we can turn the fingertips the other way if that suits you better for this next shape. We take the right ankle on top of the left leg for a figure 4. So I'm actually going to walk myself into a deeper position. So in this case, I'm going to walk my hips towards the left heel, keeping the right toes flexed so they're pointing up towards the right knee. So you might not need to squeeze yourself together here. Just a few more breaths. Make sure your jaw is not beginning to tighten when you come into these hip opening or hip releasing shapes. Now, if you've squeezed yourself in here, just walking the hands back, shift back, right foot comes down, and we can bring in that half butterfly shape to the other side. Left leg extends, right heel in, get your prop, and we come over to the left side. So you can have the right hand just resting down on the right leg. As you shift over to the left, just check your chest is not collapsing down. Keep this left foot flexed, toes pointing up towards the knee, grounding down with the sitting bones. And maybe the right arm comes up or even behind. Just be comfortable and breathe. Notice the sensation you might be feeling, in this case, around the right hip or the lower back, the inside of the left leg, observing sensation without judgment. Then you begin to lift up, hands can come onto the ground and walking yourself forward. So remember, that doesn't have to be too far. And as we're not staying too long in these shapes, I like to keep my extended leg engaged so that the toes are flexed, the foot's flexed. Maybe you come down a little bit further. And releasing, so hands come back onto the ground. If they weren't there already, you come back to your upright position. Breath in, reach the arms up on the breath out. Left hand to right leg, right hand behind. Lengthen your spine, breathe with your belly. Draw shoulders away from the ears. And now gazing forward, you can bring the hands behind. So I have the fingers pointing forward, and we come back to that reverse tabletop position. Breath in lifts the hips. Breath out, lower down. 2 more times, inhaling, lifting up. Exhale down. Inhaling. And exhale. So now I turn my hands the other way. You do you, whatever feels most supportive. Left ankle on top of right leg. So this might be where you stay, or you walk in towards yourself. Keep those left toes pointing up towards the left knee. Relax your jaw. Smooth out the breath. And now as you release, we'll extend the legs out in front so you can come back onto your mat this way if you shifted like me. Sitting bones down. Let's have the feet hip width apart, hands by the outside of the hips as we lift the chest up, soften into the elbows. Make sure you're not pressing the knees down. So the legs are strong, muscles engaged, but the knees can be soft, flexing the feet. Inhale the arms up and exhale, reach for the feet. Take a breath in and breath out as you bend into the elbows. Now what you might need to do here is not take hold of the feet. The hands might be on the ground instead. So focus more on the lower back, the spine lengthening. And this is where you be very mindful of how the lower back is feeling here. We don't want it to round, particularly if you've got lower back soreness or issues. Now you're welcome to come out of this shape the same way as you came in, which will be more dynamic. Or you can be more passive. Walk the hands back towards you as you come to an upright position. And we'll move down onto our backs. And step the feet apart, let the knees fall in towards each other, and just place the hands on the lower belly. Just notice the belly rising and falling with your breath. You can shut down the eyes. Now just let the hands fall away by the outside of the body. Step the feet a bit closer together so they're hip width apart. Hands down by the outside of the hips, palms down. 3 rounds of our bridge flow. So breath in, lift the hips, the arms come up behind you. And exhale, the hands back down, the back comes back down onto the mat. Now breathe in, lift hips, lift the arms, press into all corners of the feet. Exhale, come back down. Just keep on flowing. Let's do more than 3. So breath in will lift you up into the back bend. And the exhale lowers you down. Keep moving with your breath. And do one more. When you're finished, the spine will be back down on the mat, hands by the outside of the hips. Then we'll come into a static bridge pose. So hands stay on the ground, palms down. Take a breath in to lift the hips, arrive with your exhale, and either keep the hands where they are, or you can walk the upper arms closer together, link your hands, press your linked hands down into the ground, press into all 4 corners of the feet. And make sure you're not flattening the neck behind you, so the back of the head is gently pressing down. So releasing into the hips and the IT band and the buttocks is great for our lower back. And these back bends are nurturing for the lower back. What we need to be mindful of is our forward folds. And as you release, unlink the hands, roll the spine down. Step the feet a little bit wider so you can let the knees fall in towards each other. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. We'll just take a pause. Now walk the feet to their hip width apart position again. Take your right ankle on top of your left leg like we did before in our seated variation. First option, just gently press right knee away. Second is bring the left foot off and bring the hands behind the left leg. And if you're going to squeeze in towards yourself, you might like to take the hands to the shin instead. Squeeze the left leg in as you're pressing the right knee away. Another variation is extending your left leg, foot to the ceiling, and make sure your chin's not beginning to stick up to the ceiling. So tuck it in just gently, so neck is long. And you'll either stay as you are, or you'll come into the Gomukhasana version. So left heel will stay towards the left buttocks. Release your hands and the right knee slips over the left and you take hold of your feet. And just let the feet and the arms just fall with gravity. So right knee's above left knee. Now, if you've got the Gomukhasana legs, we come back to our figure 4. So left foot comes onto the mat, right ankle is back on your left leg. We all cactus the arms and legs fall over to the left side. So you're on the outside of left foot, sole of right foot. Bring left hand to right shin and walk the upper body over to the same side. And if this is feeling okay, without using your hand, you don't really need to use your hand, just gently press the right knee away as you're opening up into the right hip. Breathe into the right side of the body. Let the right fingers just curl up. Effortless effort. As we release from this shape, come back to the figure 4. You can cactus the arms again. This time with the legs fall over to the right side. So some of us might have the left knee down on the ground. That's not me today. Maybe bring your chin towards the left shoulder. Relax into the hands. And bring the gaze back up towards the ceiling. Come back to your figure 4. And bring the hands down back by the outside of the hips again. Bring your right foot down, hip width apart feet. And this time, rather than a back bend, it'd be more like a pelvic lift. The buttocks will come off the ground. Just take a breath in, tuck the tail under and just lift the hips up just for a few moments. And then exhale, back down. Left ankle on top of right leg as we prepare for our figure 4. So that could be just gently pressing your left knee away or scooping through, either taking hold of the back of the right leg or the right shin, checking what your head's doing. We don't want the chin sticking right up to the sky. So tuck it in a little bit. Maybe pressing the back of the head down on to the ground just gently. So you've got that natural arch of your neck. Soften the jaw. And there is that other option of right foot to the ceiling. So either stay as you are or Gomukhasana legs. So knee upon knee, taking hold of the feet and then just letting the arms fall with gravity. Soften the jaw. We come back to our figure 4 shape. Right foot on the ground, left ankle on right leg. Cactus the arms, legs fall over to the right. You're on the outside of the right foot, left sole of the foot down. Right hand to left shin and walking the upper body over to the right side. Maybe you're pressing that left knee away, so you're opening up into the hip. Left fingers soft, just let them curl up. Smooth out the breath. And shifting back to the figure 4 setup where we can have our arms in the cactus shape still. Legs fall over to the left side. Some of you might have the right knee down on the ground. Keep yourself safe. Maybe chin comes over to the right shoulder. Let the fingers relax. Breathe. And shifting the head so the face is facing back up. Release from the position. Left foot comes down, right hands by the outside of the hips. Toes pointing forward, feet hip width apart. So just a pelvic lift rather than a back bend. So when you lift the hips up in a moment, tuck the tail under. So breath in, lifting the hips up, tuck the tail. So you're strengthening and stabilizing this area again after all those different shapes. Release, bring the lower back down, step the feet away, let the knees fall in towards each other. Breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you'd like to come into the legs up the wall pose, either grab your block or your bolster, or take yourself over to a wall so you can bring the legs literally up the wall. So you'll slip the bolster under the hips and lifting the legs up so they're just falling in space. So it doesn't feel like you're holding them up. I should have said floating in space. And if there's any other position you'd like to do before Shavasana, please bring that in now, then make your way to Shavasana. What I'm going to do from here is just bend into the knees, bring them towards my body and wrap the arms around the legs and just breathe the belly up towards the legs. If you've come into Halasana or shoulder stand, please make sure you come into Matsyasana, fish pose, before Shavasana. And if you're in this supine child pose kind of position, you can bring the feet back down onto the ground. Use your hands to shift your bolster so that you can extend the legs and have the bolster under the knees. If you have an eye pillow or anything else for Shavasana, you can place that over your eyes, get yourself ready to relax. So do what you need to do, even if that's pausing the video to gather your props or anything else you might need to do. And once you lay back down, make any final adjustments before you settle into stillness. Taking a scan over the body, from the head all the way down to the fingertips, to the toes. Scan for anywhere that might be holding on. And can you allow those parts to soften? Soften the toes. Allow the fingers to curl up towards the palms. Soften into the knees and the elbows. And soften the belly muscles completely, like the belly spreading. Shoulders away from the ears, neck lengthening. Allow the jaw to drop. A little bit of space between top teeth and bottom teeth. And gentle gaze of your closed eyes. Eye muscles relax. And cheekbones sink deeper and deeper into your face. Skin on the forehead begins to smooth out. The ears soften. Awareness comes to your breath. The chest is still. And you notice the belly rise and fall as the body's being breathed. Nothing you need to do. Nowhere you need to be. Effortless. Limitless. Aware of the sounds around you. Body's being breathed. Sounds come and go. Body sinking down into the support beneath you. The mind becomes more quiet. You recognize now that you're not just your body. You're not the mind. You're not the sounds. You're the space between. Spacious, limitless, expansive, light, joyful, at peace, free. Resting now in awareness. Effortless. If you have the opportunity to stay in Shavasana for longer, please just stay as you are. Otherwise, begin to lengthen your next breath in to connect back with your breath. Just allow the exhale to fall away. And then you'll take another full breath in. Allow the exhale to fall away. Energizing, nurturing, healing breath in. And on the exhale, that just floods every single cell of your body, healing, nurturance, radiance. Let's do one or two more. And when you're ready, just return to your natural, effortless breath. Welcome some movement into your fingers and your toes. A morning stretch, stretching out through the legs, through the arms. And curling in towards yourself. And roll over to a side. Just resting on the side of the body for the next few moments. You can make your way back up to a comfortable seat. Sitting up tall but relaxed, shoulders drop. Breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just notice breath. If you'd like to bring the hands to meet in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. You can remind yourself of the intention that you set earlier, or maybe something else has come to mind. Let's bring some sacred words to seal your practice. Hold them close to your heart. And as well as your own personal sacred words, sending love, light and compassion out towards all beings. Anything you might be having difficulty with at the moment. And with a deep sense of gratitude for all that you have, all of your blessings. Just taking a moment to bow forward. Rising back up when you're ready. You can gently blink open the eyes and bring the hands back down. Thank you for joining me today for this practice. It's been a pleasure to be here with you all. If you're welcome to switch me off now, as I do have just a couple of things I want to say for anyone that wants to listen. Now, these last few videos I've recorded here in this space in Perth, it's been great to be here on the mat doing my regular thing that I do, like guiding yoga classes, which hasn't been happening for the last few months. And with everything that's been going on in the last week for us all, whether we've been in Exmouth through the devastation of Cyclone Narelle, or we've been, like myself, not at home. There's been a lot going on in our heads. So I've noticed today the beginning of our practice is a bit of a blur to me, to be completely honest, because when I arrived here today, I didn't feel so grounded. And even for me, talking through this practice today, I feel a whole lot better and more grounded and clear in my mind after these poses that we moved through. And isn't it incredible that within this last week, particularly for those of you that have been home in Exmouth, on how much has happened? Like all the mess, and now all the cleanup, the roads like flooded, and now as of today they're opening. That's just been 1 week. Even though it's probably felt like 6 months for some of you, and the exhaustion you must be feeling. And it just goes to show for me how everything's changing just so quickly. Today I took my brother's dog for a walk down the park, and I walked past these absolutely gorgeous, strange looking flowers at my dad's house. Oh wow, they're beautiful. Took a couple of photos. Then before I came here, so maybe an hour and a half later, these flowers look completely different, just within that hour and a half. So everything in nature is always changing. Our mind's always changing. But one thing that I try to keep on doing, no matter what, is my yoga practice, movement in general. That helps me with my mind, and being mindful of what I'm putting in my body, not just what I'm eating or drinking, but what I'm allowing my eyes to see. So these last few days, I've been what felt like glued to Facebook on the Exmouth Community page, what's going on, the road's opening, and then the next minute I'm looking through, everyone's posts and feel teary and then joyful when I see the good things. And oh my gosh, it's just been hectic in my head. So today I did say to myself, that's it. I'm banning myself from Facebook for a few hours. And funnily enough, just as I said that, something popped up and mentioned that the roads are opening, and now I can begin to make my way home. So thanks for listening to this bit of a ramble. But yeah, I guess what I'm getting across is that if you do have something that helps you stay grounded through these more hectic or chaotic or transformative times, try and keep up with it. Because I noticed today I didn't do my yoga practice this morning. The morning was completely different to what I've been doing, and I have felt a little bit not my stable self. So again, thanks for listening. I look forward to looking back on this yoga practice and see what the beginning of the class was actually like. I do remember saying we won't be doing a standing practice, and we did a standing practice. So there you go. See you back at home soon. Namaste.